original man. Before the beginning, after the ending, my brother, I am the Asiatic black man, the maker, the owner, the cream of the planet Earth, God of the universe.
See, these are witness bearers. It was the love and the teachings of the Honorable Elijah Muhammad through Minister Farrakhan that inspires us as men to stay home. It is his example, his wisdom, as he's taught from his teacher of how to be a better father, how to be a better husband, how to be a better man, but most importantly, how to be a better servant of God. Each speaker shares that they're blessed and they're highly favored. Our next presenter, we really don't have to present him. He just blows the place up. So hold on to your seat. Hold on tight, because you're about to be lifted off to another phase. Brother, let the first phase of the rocket go. Now the second phase to the rocket goes out of Indianapolis, Mosque number 70 floor. Brother Nuri Muhammad.
Assalamu alaikum. In the name of Allah, the Beneficent, the Merciful, I bear witness, there is no God but Allah who intervened in our affairs in the person of Master Farad Muhammad. We forever thank him for raising up in our midst his messenger and Messiah, the most honorable Elijah Muhammad, the baddest and the greatest black man that ever walked the face of the planet Earth, other than God himself, the most honorable Elijah Muhammad. And we thank the two of them for preparing one today that sits in his seat, a divine leader, a divine teacher, and a divine guide for us to get us back in the oneness with God. And that man today is the Honorable Minister Louis Farrakhan. It's in their names that I greet you, my sisters and my brothers, in the greeting words of peace of Assalamu alaikum. We are in such a blessed and beautiful time in this moment of history. As the scripture teaches us, that there is a time and a season for everything. There's a time to be born and there's a time to die. There's a time to plant and there's a time to reap. Is that right? There's a time to heal and there's a time to kill. There's a time for love and there's even a time for hate. Well, how will we know what time it is if there's a time and there's a season for every action under the heaven, except that we have someone to teach us what time it is? So in the Bible, in the book of Ezekiel, the 3rd chapter, the 17th verse, it reads, Son of man, I have made thee a watchman unto the house of Israel. Therefore hear the word at my mouth and give them warning from me. Interesting, it calls the Son of Man a watchman. I said a watch man. Well, if I want to know what time it is in the physical sense, I will look at the watch on my hand. Well, if the Son of Man becomes a watchman, then it's a man that is a watch. So the same way all praise is due to Allah. So the same way I would look at the hour and the minute hand on my watch, I have to look at God's messenger and the God and the time to know what time it really is. And that man today that is that watchman is the Honorable Minister Louis Farrakhan. On the internet, when you look at a subject called time, there is 1,710,000,000 entries on Bing, 3,050,000,000 on Google. At Borders, there's 18,365 books on time, 1,609 movies, 3,281 albums on time. But I contend today that none of them are qualified to give us what time it really is. Why? Because a watchman, what makes the watch successful? What makes a watch work? It is a quartz crystal that is inside of the watch that knows how to absorb the energy from the solar or the kinetic energy of the body or from the battery, and is able to take the energy and interpret what time it is. This quartz crystal is so powerful that it is more accurate than any other device. So it has accuracy and it records 1 second in advance of what real time is. So it is accurate and sees in advance. A quartz does this, called a crystal. Interesting though, the word crystal in Greek is Christos. The word Christ comes from the same Greek word Christos. So just as a crystal in a watch gives us accurate time in advance, when Christ is formed in a man, he gives us accurate time in advance, and that man today is the Honorable Minister Louis Farrakhan, who has Christ formed in him. All praise is due to Allah. So we may not quite know what time it is, but we got enough sense to know that we can look at a watch, man, and that watch, man that is the watch will help us keep our steps in accord with the time. Thank you for listening. I greet you in peace. Assalamu alaikum.